clocking in the back. That's what happened. They're supposed to be taking TikTok away. Got my co-host loading in. We're gonna get the show started for y'all. We got a good show for y'all today. Good show. Oh, here we come right now. There you go. Good show, goody.
All is well, sir. All is well.
And if y'all tuning in on YouTube, our new intro should be showing up. So let me know what y'all think. But for everyone else, yeah, y'all just got us for right now. So
I don't care what y'all.
Anyway, welcome back. Another episode, 1080 Clock Talk. You already know what it is. Episode 32. Welcome back. I'm your host, Indy. This is my co-host.
Son.
Join us as we explore the world of tailored clothing, stitch by stitch. As we get that out the way, hold on, let me fix my guy back here. You can't even see my advertising. All right, there we go. All right, so in the world of 1080 today, we have 3 segments. I mean, I don't really have too much for 1080 update. 3 segments. We have 1080 updates, items of the week, and don't threat on me. Same three segments that we have every week. So just going through everything. For the first segment on 1080 updates, I honestly don't have too much for you in terms of the same thing of last week. Last week we talked about the fashion show that's happening. It's going to be in Newark on May 17th in Plainfield, New Jersey. In New Jersey, Plainfield. So that's the same update from last week. So you can catch me there. Yeah. As of anything else, go check out on the website. We'll keep anything updated there. That's 1080club.life. So you can catch us there for any other updates. Stay tuned with us, you feel me? No more TikTok, so don't catch us out there.
So. It's back. Don't get too happy. It's back.
Oh, it is?
Already. Yeah, already.
I tried to look it up on the... all right, well. Anyways.
They just... quick retraction. These days, it go that quick, though. Business that quick.
I mean, it's a button. It's not like they're deleting everything.
Exactly. Or to turn it back on. Like, all right, we turned it off in one click. We turned it back on in one click. Like, literally in seconds. It don't take that long. Worldwide. Like, like you can play if you want to. All that stuff is connected. So they just trying to show power with that. Like, to me. Like, you showing like, oh, I'll turn it off. Oh, and then I'll turn it back on. Like, hey, I'm just saying. But I digress. Go ahead.
Nah, I mean, that's all good. The only other thing I have is we can just head to the next one because it looks like you have a piece on right now, which is just like items of the week. So, I mean, just a few items to show them. I don't know if y'all remember last week, but...
Yeah, it looked like fabric last week. Now it's a jacket, but ain't much to it. Like, this is what I was saying, like, this all in one piece, this shoulder piece. So the whole little piece is all in one piece. Arm, put the extra pocket in with the flap. Collar. Right,
showing the dart or the pleats.
Yeah, the pleat in the back right here. Pleats in the front.
How big are the pleats? They're like half inch?
Half inch, yeah. So all that give you a little bit more room if you get more room in the chest or whatever. You needed more room. But I pinned it first because I ain't got no buttons or snaps or nothing. No buttonholes, so. But even with the sleeves and everything, I put them, just pinned it together with a cuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but everything is, they carry you. You can't see no seams right now. Print seams, all that little extra little, top stitching, all that. Inside clean, arms clean, baggy.
So, not too bad. F plus, F plus.
Not too shabby on the kid,
I mean,
Tweaks work, get a little.
the only thing I finished this last week was his bag, but I'm pretty sure you saw, like, I'm not sure if y'all saw it or whatever, but it's same fabric as the other one.
I ain't seen that one. You ain't put that one up last week.
It's just the regular. It's the same size. I mean, a little bit smaller. Got the tan inside. Just a little some. Matches the outfit of the other one. I have like a whole top and bottom. But, we stay busy. Right now I'm working on my other piece, my actual jacket that I have to finish. But, I'll show y'all a little sneak peek. I mean, you can't see nothing. This is all pieces, so. But it's the trench coat I'm working on, so.
Working on a whole lot, sir.
The back of it. It's got a little base stitch right there. I mean, nobody's gonna know what the hell this is unless you actually sew. But this is the back of it. I don't have anything put together. The front.
I'm gonna bring that for items of the week next week. Then I got a whole bunch of that. All put together.
Oh, man, what you gonna see? Just the pieces.
Yeah, I got at least.
I got it marked out. Oh, it's pocket marked out.
It's like that.
I do have a question on how I should do the. But I mean that would be for you. I'll take a picture or whatever. I'm not sure how I want to do the numbers on the back.
Numbers? Like yeah.
I'm gonna ask you. I'll send you a picture because I have several ways I can do it. So, anyways, all right.
I'm thinking that crosshair kind of way, like the way that they put on like the tags and everything. Like if you see like the tags on the inside of a jacket, you know how they put it on with that cross hatchet or cross them little X's. It look like X at the top and the bottom. Like you could put it on like that, and that, I'm trying to compliment the era, the way we do clothes. So that'll be something else. But invisible stitching, all that's possible with the letters. That ain't nothing. It's about how you gonna finish your letters. Like, is it gonna be a edge finish and all that? Like, cause you got to get that edge. Make sure
that's the thing though. So like in the middle, I was gonna cut it out, but now that I'm thinking, I'm like, I'm not cutting. So I just.
What about the adhesive? Like, are you
so like in the middle instead of like, cause like this is the 8, so I make it like a block. Oh, this is the 0. This is the 8.
What's that?
So like if this is the 8 in the middle, I was gonna do the 10 or whatever. So, but I was just gonna cut the 10 out and then just like, I could either top stitch it or I could just hand stitch it or whatever around, and then I would just put that in the middle, so it would look like the 10 is showing through.
Yeah, you're gonna need some stabilizer or something or like some some stabilizer, some tricot, something like that, and then cutting it. Like you don't cut it before that, because if you do, you're gonna lose all the, like that's gonna unravel. It's gonna start unraveling at the edge as soon as you start cutting it, and you're gonna lose all the inches. So
yeah,
you need to
I got some stabilizers I can put on it right now.
Either like, I mean, it matters how stiff you want it though too, because if you're putting it on something like a shirt, sweater, it matters, because that tricot, it's gonna give a little bit, but it's gonna keep it stabilized a certain amount in like a 360 type of way. But with the woven, that's regular interface. That ain't nothing.
Right.
But
just get some interface. I'll probably get some like medium interface, whatever, just to hold it nicely, but not like too stiff. Because it still has to be on the back, so it's still
like it matters how stiff you want that, but to keep it in place before you start cutting it, like that's the best move. Oh, and You know what's good for that too? Like Wonder, yeah, Wonder Under. Is it Wonder Under? Yeah, I got some of that from Walmart. Shout out to Walmart. They be having little stuff, little jewels. Like they got the little snake and all that. But they got that Wonder Under, and you can base. It's like you make the logo, and then you put this on one side, iron it on there, and it's on the paper. Like you could draw it on the paper and then cut it out of the paper, and the fabric is stuck on there. And then you take off, you peel that paper off, and now it's like an adhesive right there. You can just do it like that.
Yeah, you used it before, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, well, you use that. I use that for like.
Didn't you use it at the when you had it when you were at the?
I use it all the time.
Place.
I don't use it every time, but I use it a lot. So it's like an applique kind of thing. That matters if I'm using applique. I didn't use it a lot of times, but it matters. I used it with my sports money. Yeah, I used it with sports money because I made it with my S and all that. I made it with the fabric,
the money or whatever.
Yeah, so that I could put it on there. And then when I put it on my pants, I just ironed it on the pants, and it was on there until I sewed it down. Like, you can either sew it down or it stay down there, you know, kind of a permanent, you know, until you clean it or whatever. But yeah, Wonder Under. Get it.
That's going to be our sponsor. Right. That's going to be us.
Like, I get no sponsors. I don't need, like, who we need sponsors for? Like, hey, yo, you got sewing machine, iron, vacuum cleaners, like.
Singer, buy one today.
Gotta make that the craze. You're like, yo, you seen that new singer? It's Spider-Man. Like, you get the little kids hooked on Spider-Man. Like, yo, I'm sewing now, and I got the Spider-Man sword. That little, I'm Spider-Man. Like, they love it. I'm telling you. Once you get them to love it, I'm telling you, anything. You can get a kid. Once you get them at the younger age, and you get them wanting to do it, or you get them intrigued and thinking about it, yo, you can start anything. Then they're gonna tell their friends how much they want to play with it and do it and all that. That's gonna cause another, you know. And if it's positive, it should be, and it should be culture. But, you know, go ahead, sir. You're gonna talk about culture all day. Like they gonna get it when they get it. So, you know, that was items.
Sorry, I'm about to jump right into
type 2. Levi influence jacket made by Walmart Fabric. Shout out to Walmart. Like, I ain't really do nothing but get fabric and thread. Probably like two and a quarter. It's only because I did like certain, like this, like I did a 2-piece sleeve. The pieces, right? You know, the yoke and all that. I doubled it, so I wouldn't have. It's doubled it and it's flipped it to it. You see how it's right there. Also on the inside. But yeah, little stuff like this, I can reproduce. Hey, but we have to supply Walmart, and they might, you know, we need a team to supply that demand right there, and that's all it is supply and demand. Once we get the demand, but I want to have supply before the demand comes. That's what my thing is. Like, I like to be prepared, but sometimes, you know, it goes in the order it's supposed to, supply and demand, and, you know, once that demand come, then we can really supply them with all the stuff that we got, because we have the money to, you know, get the people, because that's all it is, really, just getting other people to work for you and do the exact thing that you need them to do. Work in a factory type sense, having all your own irons and your own grommets and your own zippers and all that. Like, once we get all that, let's outsource and make more money, be able to pay people more money. Like, it's just the American dream. Like, that's what it really is. Like, once they really
God
get
bless.
to it, hey, all of them, I'm telling you, once you get to it, sent Dap something the other day again. Like, yo, I just be telling them I'm him. Like, you know, I spell it with the HEM, so I'm really him. I ain't gotta lie about it. I ain't gotta boaster about it. Like, it ain't really, like, at this point, like, when you know what you know, and you know who know what you know, and like, hey, you'll come around when you come around. Once they come around and they start seeing me and they hear my name a couple times, and I'm sure they're gonna kick themselves in the ass, but like I ain't worried about it. Like we're gonna see how we're gonna do business. But those numbers do go up. Like they've been going up ever since y'all turned me down the first, second, third. Y'all ignore my emails first, second, third times. Like all that's gonna mean something. Like and y'all know the internet. Don't forget like all these DMs or direct messages, as I want to say. You know, they ain't gonna forget. Like it's gonna come back up. So I ain't worried about it. Like I know what I did. Like I've been hey, why would I forget? These dudes knocking off my shorts. So they doing the same kind of design, but they ain't got the whole thing. But they doing the whole basketball trim at the bottom. Like
I've seen several people do it now.
Yeah, I was like, I've been did that, but it's just like they ain't doing it on jeans. That's what I'm saying. Like the jean thing, they did it on a couple pairs.
That's big difference.
And then when I did it with the stars, I was mocking Amiri.
Amiri, right.
But you saw, I showed you Amiri did the snake, right?
Yeah. I just sent you another. Dior did the snake.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I've been sent you that, but it's like a cartoony type snake. But
and then this one Russian lady just did the snake too. I sent you a picture of it. It was so cold. She did it with the not paper clips, but what's it called? Like the safety pin, the pin, like the one.
Yeah, that's old. That's old now. She did it on the back of the jacket and everything.
Yeah, it was so cold. I went like coiled around or whatever.
That's just time
with the hand.
That's just time and taking, little,
Yeah. No, I mean it was just cool to ask him. I'm like, dang, now everybody got a snake.
Hey, don't get me wrong. I'm being creative and doing shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I ain't gonna take away from the artist, but on the other side of that. Don't threat on me. Like we already got the snake. I ain't worried about them using the snake.
A lot of people have done the snake before too, though. But like, I'm definitely capitalized.
I'm tying what I am to this.
Right.
And
exactly.
I'm able to use the snake. Like in Chicago, everybody know, and even Don C know that we had the hat. Westside had the $150, and we had the snake on the front of it. So during my travels and my road to bringing this brand together and making the flyers and the fly boy and all that, like he had the hat on. Like it's a $150 hat. So I've been had the snake on my hat before I even got to New York. I've been doing all that. So tying it to the 1080 brand and how the snake is tied into that and how the don't thread on me and how the whole, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, we gonna be able to use the snake, and I'm honest. Like, I'm literally right here looking at the snake. Like I'm on it, sir. Like, I'm on it, sir. I'm on it, sir. Like that's what I'm saying. Like when I did that 1080 with the like how Christian Dior did with that C and the D and the little snake face, I did with the whole 1080 with the whole snake and the old logo. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's y'all ass. Y'all can't, like, on the design even. Like, I'm gonna do the 1080 with the snake in the don't thread on me logo. Like, you gotta get at me. So, but that's how we gonna make it a street brand and a high-end brand, because we're gonna use the snake to make it a higher end, and we're gonna do it in the street and do like the jeans and all that, and still do the piqué, because the piqué is the same kind of texture. So if you're looking at the texture, it's the same. This is how piqué look.
Piqué has like the snake skin almost texture. Like, I got piqué right here.
Exactly. You do the same thing. That's skin, and that's actual fabric. So if that's the skin and this is the fabric, get at us. For real. Like real cloth talk. Like real how we gonna tie this together and how we gonna really, really smack y'all upside the head with like, it's a wrap, but we're gonna be able to do the street brand and the higher end, and we ain't gotta do it phony like how they did it, how none of them LVMHs and how they tried to, incorporate, Kim Jones version of it and doing little like.
Hey, dang, I like Kim Jones.
I like all these designers. I like what they bring to it, but like to have your own brand and do it versus doing it for a house that is just not known for that. Like everybody know Balenciaga is not known for shoes, but but now they are known for shoes because of what this guy did for shoes. Like them, once he put that little spin on the shoes, like now they got a whole
Not
identity.
even spin. He just put the huge on the bottom.
I mean, but he gave him an identity.
He made everything huge.
It's an identity, sir. Yeah, you know. Go on, sir.
All right. Well, we can move on to the next section. Don't throw it on me. I mean, we just talking, we chit chat. Anyways. I don't know where you want to start. You want to start with the fashion shows or you want to start with the shoes?
I'm with you, sir.
All right. We can start with the shoes. Well, I was going to pull up the picture of them. Yeezy. I'm going to call him Yeezy, but it's Ye, isn't it? No? I don't know what. Every damn week is something new.
Hey, man. Get it right, man.
It's Ye,
I wouldn't
right?
call me out of my name, and I'm a billionaire. Like, hey, man, I just made $100 million yesterday. You gonna call me my name? My name's
Ye. Mr. Ye.
Mr. Ye. Yeah, you call him what you? I mean, hey, I'm just saying me. I wouldn't want to get disrespected. You just gonna disrespect the man because he got.
Yes.
Hey, you don't say he's part of that program. Don't start talking crazy about them shoes now. But he know when I'm
about the Playboy in there, boy. What are we? Okay, so these are Ye's new silhouette.
I'm from Chicago.
It's supposed to be based off of like 20 silhouette or 2000, sorry, silhouette. It has like a chunky bottom with like a foam top. Hold on, we got more pictures.
I don't care what Kanye say. He trolled it away because he know. Like I
literally seen my grandpa have these shoes before.
No, he trolling.
My grandpa had these shoes.
When we was growing up in Chicago, he know good and goddamn well those is like Goldblatt's, Woolworth, and those type of shoes. Like you can get those shoes from there. They was like workman shoes. Like there was a no slide. Like you don't slide with those shoes. Like they was good for that. Like now that's what I'm saying. Like he's thinking workwear almost like Hawaii. Right now, like this is a workman's jacket. Like that's what I'm saying. Like they making fashion utility. Those are utility like type shoes. Like you ain't gonna slip on them shoes. Like all that grip at the bottom, the way it got the ridges. Like he's thinking like, oh, I'm just gonna take it back to what I already know. Like I already know them shoes because I seen them at Woolworth. Like yo, those would be at Woolworth. I'll change the whole slide in concept because you ain't gonna want to, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna be working, you ain't gonna want to bend over and grab your shoe. Like then he started thinking technical like that, so he just took the same idea he saw before and took it up, probably changed the material, made it a little cushy, put some memory foam in it. Like yo, genius. Like hey, he's genius, sir, don't get it wrong, and he's a genius.
I mean, he will get his money off of it. Like you said earlier, I remember you saying like you're gonna promote it and he's gonna somehow put this into his music or whatever. So I know he's still gonna make a quick maybe 10 mil, whatever off of this real quick. So it's like
he just slapped it. He just slapped the $20 slides up there and made a quick 100 and some million. Like yo, like for real money. Like, but it's not like I just think that the money should be towards like building the whole Ye, but he ain't listening. Like you know, he ain't gonna listen to nobody right now. But you know, right now he in okay, I didn't prove something, so now I don't have to listen to nobody again. But you should listen to somebody telling you to make the factory, sir. Make the factory.
Somebody was saying that because you remember he was in like those big deals with all the like the corporations or whatever, but you know how everybody's always conspiratizing, whatever, but they were saying
able to look you up and smack you around because you ain't got the factory to produce your own shit. You gotta go.
Well, no, I was just saying that like he was saying all that crazy shit so he could get out of like the deals with like the big corporations or whatever, which it did work.
If he made his own product, he wouldn't have these arguments. Like if you producing your own shoes, like right now. Still got somebody else producing what you got being made and sold for $20, which is cool. You got a good partnership and deal with them. But imagine if you made your own shit, how cheap could you go?
Well, you couldn't make it for that cheap. So
how low could you cut these motherfuckers? Pardon my expression. How low could you cut the price so that you can smack designer in the face, like, yo, I'm designer and I'm selling at this price and I'm still designing, like, and I'm still worth it. Like, most people, this would be their decline type of time in their career, something like, oh, you can only sell it at $5 or something. Like, no, like, no, I'm at my highest price awarded on the get, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm charging you $20. So he can still charge you 300. Like, my resale for Yeezys and what Adidas is doing to me is still more than what I'm selling online. So he worth more. Like, he proved that he worth more. But you just need to produce. That's all I mean, that's my main thing. Those shoes, cool. Do we know how to make them? Do Side Collective know how to make his shoes? All the people that I've seen like making stuff, do y'all know any cobblers? Do you got access to the leather machines? Do you know how to do the top stitching? Do you know how to make a you know, like a regular shoe, like, you know, a loafer? Like, do you know, like,
so does this same thing apply to LVMH? Does this same thing apply to LVMH and Pharrell?
Yeah. Well, he was looking at that.
Came out with his new shoe too. This is his new shoe. You know, the Cortezes.
Yo, I don't even know how they do what they was doing in Virginia with the Cortezes, if they wore the Cortezes. Me, like, yeah.
He made them in like 20 different colors. I don't know if they were that hot, but all right.
I'm just gonna say this: I didn't even like wear Cortezes again. Like,
nobody wore Cortezes besides Hispanic people, especially in Colorado. Like, that's only people who wore it was Hispanic people.
It's a West Coast thing. I had some again. You took a picture. You don't even know if you remember, but we was on the floor, and we had the machine on the floor, and I was sewing. I was like, "Yo, take a picture." And I had those shoes on, and I know because I remember the picture. Like, but I had to shoot in certain town, and I had the Cortez. I had some red and white Cortezes on, but I only wore them and got them because they fit like New Balances. Shout out to New Balances. Shout out to Cortez. Shout out to all of them. But yo, do something new. Like, I'm not gonna try to.
Right, come on. You got all this money and you don't try something new. Like, it's not that much. Like, send some prototypes out. Like, send stuff out. Like, ask people if they like it. Like, there's how many different like creators you could easily put on and be like, create us a new shoe. You know what I'm saying? Have a contest. They used to have contests and stuff like that.
They scared to create a new silhouette because if it don't work, then they fail. Like,
they don't have to like necessarily. They don't have to put it on. They can just automatically put like. They can just draw it out, make a couple samples or whatever, and then
they don't know how to do none of that. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, these guys are okay, or
you don't have to put 100 million order in for one shoe. Like, see if you test it out and see who likes it. Put it on somebody famous. See what the reaction is. See, like, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to just be like, oh, let's do 100 million in these.
Who did that? Who didn't did that already?
Well, I mean, look, he made 40. He made at least 40 different Cortez, different colors. Like, I understand you trying to see them in different colorways, but you could have made this on a computer.
I'm talking about on your own silhouette. I ain't talking about creating something that's already built, like using somebody else.
No, you're right. I know, but I was just saying, just for this one though, like, why did you have to make 40? You didn't have to make all of these. You could have easily just rendered it in the computer.
No. First of all, he didn't do nothing on nobody's computer, none of that. Somebody else did it, brought it to him. He okayed it, said the colorways, and then okayed the colorways, and then have them built from there. Like, he didn't do nothing. Like, you weren't at nobody's table doing no cuts and sewing nothing. Like, cut it out. Like, yo, he just made some decisions because he's the creative director, and he creatively directed it to go and look like that. So I'm not mad at it looking like that, but it's not nothing original. We don't see no silhouette that look different than the old Cortezes we seen from the 80s. Like, bro, you can't convince me that you know any, like, all that Don C, they copied Jordan. Like, y'all copying old Bo Jacksons. Like, y'all copying old silhouettes. Like, y'all ain't did nothing new. Y'all ain't made no new colorway. Y'all copying old designs. Doing Jordan and doing all these old Deion Sanders Sanders shoes and Bo Jackson shoes. Yo, you're not impressing me. Like
Time,
you just
baby.
you doing the old shoe. And, oh, this they new thing, hybrid. So they'll combine one shoe with another shoe and change the fabric and do all that. Like, yo, bro, you still ain't did your own yet. You still ain't put your own spin on it. You just changed the color. You added something. Like, once again, I gotta bring Don C into it. Like, yo, he did some Jordan with like a Chanel, like a quilted type of version to it, but it was the Jordan 4s meshed with the Jordan somethings. Like, yo, I feel embarrassed on how far they gonna create. Like, you ain't creating. You're not doing nothing. You taking somebody else and then combining it. Like, that's like carbon copy this and that, and then get that and then say it's yours. Like, once again, you cheating the design system. You ain't doing none of the work. You don't make the shoe. You ain't cut. Like, at least Virgil drew on the shoe. At least I seen him do that. I seen him write the word. I at least seen him do that. I seen him taking apart a shoe. I seen that part. Like, and I think that's why people try to show how much they do of the process to be like, all right, you seen that I do it. Like I don't know. I mean, I don't even care no more. Like, whether if I really sat down and sewed this. Like, people around me see that I do work. Like, you'll see me one day, it don't be nothing but fabric. Like, you see little cuts and all this, and then the next day you'll see a whole jacket. Like, they just don't. Like, it's unbelievable, and I don't like to give them no credit towards, doing nothing, but I don't want to take nothing from them because then I look like a hater. But I hate the way that they give them credit. So, hey, whatever. Like,
Pharrell? Or just in general?
Who? All of them. Like, Pharrell don't need no credit for doing them shoes. Like, all you did was you took the Nike sign off.
That's all you got to call him out, dog. That's what you here for, son.
No, I ain't.
Call him out.
It ain't for me to call him out. It's for him to correct himself and realize he ain't did nothing. Like, and you gonna overcharge people for that, and you gonna.
That's the thing, though. You guys over celebrate everything he does. He'll do one little thing, and oh my god, oh it's so great, oh like bro, you could like
convince the American people to pay that much money for it because you're an American designer over there designing for or creative directing for this European brand, and you trying to deceive your people for a European brand. Like, stop it, get your own brand, bro. Like, you did it for Japan already when you was selling that Bape stuff. Like, you was selling all that. That was coming in super cheap. That's why you was selling a whole bunch of it. You can sell a whole bunch of it because you was paying a nickel to get it done. Like, you're gonna look like a super, like, you got fake diamonds. You got them big old chains and you can resell them to Drake and do all that little, whatever. But we ain't doing that. We making our clothes. So you can't get over there, make it look like you doing all this crazy stuff and you doing it for the culture and all. Like, no, man, you still ain't made your own silhouette. Like, the Bape shoe was Jordan or the Dunks or whatever. That same little Air Force One silhouette. Like, you didn't do nothing but change the shape of what the letters, like, no, change something, really do something. Get a silhouette. Like, what are you doing with the pants? Are you gonna go big at the like, yo, why are you going big? Like, why do it look like that? Like, really get some structure to yourself. Make like if you're gonna do menswear, you're gonna tear it up the way you tearing it up now, just throwing a whole bunch of prints and all that, making it look crazy. And give an explanation or something. Like, I don't know. Like, cause I don't like it. Like, I ain't trying to be a hater or nothing, but it don't make no sense. Like, if you're gonna do suits, why are you doing that suit that look like that? You think somebody gonna be able to sit down in that? Like, how long would it? Like, what? Like, why the vent don't go up past here? Like, now when you sit down, you gotta, like, no, man, like, it don't sit right on them, the shoulders looking crazy. It's just avant-garde. What we doing here? So those shoes, you could take them back to the lab and tell them that we ain't want those, and you gotta do it.
Try again, buddy.
Sorry, but hey, it's on Indy. You like them. Like, I think it's the colors or something. They be wanting you to like the colors, but it's a low cut on shoes that they want to put out now. So,
well, the only thing is they only look good on a certain cut of shoes, and that's if like it goes over most of it. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna look good like with skinny jeans. or with like slimmer jeans. It has to be like a boot cut.
That's if you like Cortez is.
Anyway.
I mean, that's if you like Cortez is like. I'm not a shoe guy, so I don't like. It don't really matter like what kind of shoes like all the time to me because I'm not looking at the shoes. I don't even go that far. Like probably like ankle. Like I don't care how the shoe look because I'm just looking at how it hit the shoe almost. Like sometimes it's how that's gonna. It's not gonna hit the ground, but it's like right there on the heel, and it just hit right there, and then on the front it got a nice little cut. Like, yo, I'm looking at that. I ain't looking at what kind of shoes you. That's why it's like, Chuck Taylor's. That's the easiest thing. Like, okay, I'm just looking at, that's the difference between the shoe and the floor. Like, that's it. Like, yeah, he can have it. Like, I mean, how much they cost? Do they got the price on there? 1,500.
No. I could only imagine probably at least 1,000.
Then if you do them some Croc or something like that or some Snake, that'll make the price go up. But he can't do that because he can't make the shoes. So why you even doing it? Like, yo, if you can't just change it all.
I didn't really wait. How long is his year up? Like, when did he start? He started like almost summer or something like that.
Who, him?
Pharrell.
Wait, what? Wait,
when he started in Louis V.
That was probably a year and a half or 2 years ago now. Like, it's been horrible ever since. Like, like he got his own. I mean, but that's his views, and if you like that, the way that dress and how that comes out, I'm trying to think of like. That's why we do gotta go over and review some, because it'll be like 5% out of that stuff. I'll be like, all right.
Oh yeah, you're right. 2023, but that's June 2023, so it'll be coming up on 2 years.
It's like the seasons though. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I'm looking at how many.
He's only done like one season though.
Nah, he did more than one season because he did that he did that cowboy stuff.
He did the cowboy. Well, he did like the 80. That's what I'm saying. The really big one that he did is the 80-piece one. That other than that, yeah, and the cowboy one. The cowboy one was the 80-piece one, right?
I don't even know. Like, I think that
recent one, the one recently with Beyonce.
I think it was the bags or something that he introduced during that one that made it like such a big, showing or whatever. But
that was the soft leather bag. That was the $1 million bag, whatever. Anyways, all right. I was going to talk about the Maison Margiela, but I didn't really. There's nothing really to talk about, honestly. It's just the same. It's just like super plain, super like, huh?
It looked real masculine, real man, real like leathery and like just real.
Yeah, I mean it wasn't terrible, but it just like I said, there wasn't no like.
That place smelled like
no excitement to it.
You know what Stetson cologne is? See, you don't know.
I think I've heard of it.
Yeah, that's some old, like, it used to be this commercial. It's a barbershop joke we had back in the day, but it was like it's like an old man, like Old Spice or something like that. Like, shout out to them. Like, you might give us that endorsement one day. Like, yo, Stetson cologne, like, shout out 1080, make us a little spice, a little something. But that's what it looked like. It smelled like up in there, just like a whole bunch of older dudes and shaving cream, like aftershave type of smell.
Yeah,
ain't nothing bad about it. Like, but it's like it smelled like men. That's what men smell like. Like, that smell like aftershave. Or he just came from the barbershop. Alcohol.
But I don't think it's his main like collection because it's MM6. I think it's like more of a. I mean, he has different stuff like so.
The man stuff like. I looked at the way the cuts was. It's like he ain't trying to.
It was clean cuts, but he had a lot of different stuff. He had like denim. He had bright colors. He had leather. He had, I don't know if you saw, like, it was almost like a bomber bear jacket looking thing.
I was looking at the cuts. It was a lot of them that was cut. It was just a nice cut to it, and he wasn't trying to go all out. I mean, but that's the company. That ain't him. But the company Margiela, even though he still exists. The company is supposed to be doing things out of his eyesight of design, and I think that, like all that stuff that was like, it was decent. Like look, even the textures and all that, like that was alright. So it was like,
Yeah, I did like
some of it was
the
good, some of it was
I
just
did
like
like the stage of it. The stage was cool. I like the different colors. I kind of like how they put it together at the end. They put it together like a music video almost on YouTube. It wasn't
they want to
exactly
make
the
stuff
same.
visually and like because they want you to look at it again. Like they want to
Yeah,
make it like a video. I mean, I understand the marketing. I understand like how they doing things, and they try to attach it to clothing and all that. But it's gonna be on us whether we perpetuate that because we're gonna okay it or deny it, or we're gonna do it ourselves or repeat it. Like so, if it's good enough, somebody gonna do it again, and then somebody gonna like it, and then it'll be done again a couple years later, and then. But a lot of this stuff is like, yo, what are you doing it for? Like, if the clothes is trash, why are you doing all that extra stuff with it?
that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's just now. It's just like profitability. They're just trying to sell something.
Yeah.
It's not really like art. I mean, I don't know. Back in the day, it seemed like they tried to like not even back in the day, like '90s, even 2000s, like they were like kind of going better than this. But lately, it's kind of fallen off.
I mean, but
It depends. I guess it
I think
depends because like the
people
haute
gotta
couture, they
think,
would be doing some crazy stuff though.
yo, it's so bad that the creative directors are just changing houses. Like they didn't
Every year,
people
this is crazy.
over there at the LVMH. You could just look at it for the last couple of years, or it'll be some old designer like Galliano. Like they'll just bring him in after a couple years, have him direct that. Do make like he did Margiela. Like yo, I'm not impressed.
Yeah,
But then that's their style, meaning the European style, the cuts and everything. So that's their standard. So if we going by that, then you have to impress that. I'm not trying to impress nobody over there with nothing that I do because they are taking things from my culture and taking it back over there and doing a rendition of it. And then, being like, oh, I do this. And you should buy mine for $2,600. I'm like, yo, but that's my style. Like, that's where I'm from. Like, y'all don't even walk, talk, and dress like that, but you want to make a costume that look like me. So it's crazy. But go ahead.
speaking of that, speaking of costumes, I was just gonna switch over to our next and last brand we were going to talk about.
Oh yeah.
PDF. It's their official. It was their official debut at the Milan Fashion Week, or whatever. It's founded by. It's founded by Domingo Formericiti, something like that, whatever. But he is European, so. And the funny thing is, like, the whole thing it's like black culture, the straight up black, like street culture that they put on there. So it's crazy because
nobody better not buy a
well, the thing is, the funny thing is, guess who's the main dude? Guess who's the main dude who be wearing it? Drake. Drake, Rihanna, all them. And I was like, yo, when I saw the people, I was like, this looks exactly like how Drake. Y'all go look up the PDF fashion show and tell me that's not exactly how Drake dresses.
He ain't wearing no clothes that say PDF. I promise you, you're not. You can't tell me
that's what they call. No, literally, like he was one of the people that wear it and stuff like that.
Unless you show me him in those clothes, I do not.
Yeah, he had shoes and stuff like that. I'll show you.
You know how much ammo that is for Kendrick if he actually have an outfit of a brand that's called PDF. You know how much?
Well, I mean,
yeah, that'd be too much ammo. Like, I don't think that's true.
But there's pictures of him in it. That's the only reason why I knew. There's somebody he has multiple. He has the shoes. There's like distinctive shoes of him that wearing it.
That sounds too easy for. That's like a super wide open layup for Kendrick. No, that's too easy. No, I don't believe it. But it sounds.
But and the funny thing is, they even had like
dude name in Club Talk before you get us shut down. Like he's suing people, fam.
Hey, you're the one putting it together, speculating stuff.
I didn't.
That's you.
Said his name.
That's not me.
Every day, like you know who wears
said Drake is the one wearing it. You the one that said Drake and Kendrick are putting correlations together. Nah. You gonna get yourself cut.
You still the only one that said his name.
All right. Well,
That boy.
but anyways, they also had they had a skirt on there too. They had like this red. It was like a red bandana skirt, bro. It was very good.
Looking trash. Like they had the things where you're supposed to be just a bandana around your neck, just looking real suspect of cosplay and culture vulture. And like, yo, what are you doing? Like, why would you do that? Don't want nobody dressed like that. You mocking the way somebody on the West Coast dressed. Like, what did you like? Who did this? Like, you don't do nothing like that. Like, wearing your hat to the left, get to the end and do something like this. Oh, like what? What? Did you see that? Like, I looked around like somebody was standing next to me. Like, yo, did you just see this fool just do his head like? Yo, listen, I thought it was only one person. Like 6 people did it in a row, and I knew that they directed them to do that. Did you see the last person, the last, they had the couple, and she had the bandana and she was pregnant. You saw that?
I honestly didn't make it to that. I ain't gonna lie to you, player.
Yeah, you should have saw it all the way through. Yeah.
I'm looking right now.
Like mocking the culture and like laughing at the culture. Then they took a break and spray painted.
I feel like the people spinning. The dude, like, you talking about right before they walked through the wall, whatever.
Yeah, no. Once they did the pregnant people, after that the lights cut off. Then a whole bunch of people ran up.
That's crazy as fuck. though. That's not crazy. They kind of mocking us right there, like pregnant baby mama type shit. Like,
but like, what's somebody gonna do about it? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, they still gonna sell it over there, which is cool. Go ahead and sell it over there, but nobody over here should be buying it.
It's straight mockery, dog. This is crazy, bro.
You can do what you want to do, but that nobody over here should be jocking it, shouldn't be wearing it, shouldn't be saying nothing about it in a way that is positive. Like, yo, if anything, that should be like a cancellation. Like, oh yeah, y'all canceled yourself. Good job. PDF people, y'all canceled. Like, I'm sure that if any black publication get a hold of it, they're gonna be like, no, that's canceled. Especially the West Coast. And one of the West Coast was because it mocked more West Coast. It's the culture, but at the same time, it was the, more of the West Coast culture. So,
oh, nah, that's
I don't like it. Yeah, you looking at it. So the pregnant people at the end. Then the lights went off, and then they went and spray painted the walls, and then they came out with the whole little line. Like, yo, get out of here! Like, I had to look at that. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I had to look at it because I had to speak on it. And I can't speak on it unless I watch it all the way through. And that's the messed up thing about it. Like, only way I can give an opinion if I put myself through the pain of watching it all. Like, they should be ashamed of themselves.
A lot of times I just put it on 2.0 and just let it go. But like, sometimes I can't even make it through. I'm like, all right, I get it.
I'll put it on 2.0 and skip. Like, no. No, you ain't gonna make it down the runway with me. You get right there, you just see him in the front.
Like, damn.
Like, that was fast. Like, you did about 2 posts. I don't need to see. I don't even really.
I literally just need to see the end of it. Really, to see how y'all walking.
Some of them I did that too, because they'll be, you know about Gucci and all them, and how they be doing this whole extravagant singing, jumping, and dancing. And some of them don't need to see that. Even when that's what I'm saying. Like, Pharrell first one was when he did that brought the choir out and did all that.
Right.
Exactly. Nobody need to see all that. I just need to see it.
Well, I understand you trying to make the show and stuff, but people ain't.
Bring a whole bunch of stupid trunks out for no reason. Look, see, we back over on him. Like, we were talking about somebody else, but PDF, y'all need to keep.
It's always gonna go to him. LVMH owns like 30% of the fashion industry.
They can have it though. That's cool.
I mean, but the funny thing is, just because you own a whole bunch of it doesn't mean anything. I mean, you can buy people. I mean, you can buy people in terms of like buying creative directors and trying to get yourself to sell. But that ain't gonna do nothing. That ain't gonna sell a culture. You're still trying to sell the stuff that people are making in the streets, which makes no sense.
I'm just saying. I'm saying this. I'm not mad that he doing it. I'm not mad that he creative directed and none of that. I'm not mad that he putting his name on the clothes. None of that. But selling it over there. Like, over there.
Yeah.
Don't expect people, don't come over here with the prices and all that, expect it to sell over here to fund whatever is going on over there, because I don't see them dressing like all that, like, but they got these stupid people that want to look whatever, like, yo, don't take your people to the slaughter and have them spending all their money to fund these European houses and brands, because if they not buying it over there, why should you endorse it over here so that they because they paid you something? Oh, okay. But that's what I think it is. It's like they gonna pay you a paycheck to get you to yes know a couple things because you know what move over here, and then you're gonna sell it to the American people to fund their friends or the LVMH brands. Like, you're not making no money off that other than that one little check that they gave you, because that's gotta be what they did to Virgil, because Virgil they ain't got no more designs from him. Like, he didn't design in house, but they already told on him because they said that he was on some Photoshop Illustrator, and I know from Photoshop Illustrator you can
I
make
made 10
billion
billion things.
You can do a billion versions of the same thing,
Right.
or something with a change. Like, so how many of y'all designs do y'all got of his? Like how many of his designs do y'all still got of his? Like, or
Right.
what variation was y'all able to take and do this and give it to another person? And it's only on, like, y'all didn't actually have to make it. Like, he didn't actually have to make it to give it to you. He just did it on Photoshop and Illustrator. You know how easy that is? Like, how many windows you could just go through
I
and change.
know.
And when I know he did that, like, they got a lot more of his work. Like, and with that, like, what did they do with? Did they move it, and did they show those same designs to Pharrell?
Well, that's how most of these people are able to get through most of these shows. Like, there's no way you're able to do all these shows if you're actually making this stuff.
So what I'm saying is, with designs, a creative director, they not the designer.
Right.
He's not the designer of that. Even when it came to uh, uh, Virgil, he wasn't the designer of all that. Like, he was the creative director or artistic director. So
Yeah.
you got to know the role that they playing. Like, he didn't design these
He's
things. Like,
giving them the idea.
but what I know from him doing his own brand, he goes to Photoshop and Illustrator and does the whole,
Collection.
you make it and put the texture in there, you put the buttons, you put the zippers. He know how to do all that, so he make the flats and the specs for everything that
Oh,
he.
right, yeah.
So if you're able to do that, you got windows with different textures and different colors and variations that you can have on one pair of pens.
Right.
So when I know he did that and he's of that, and the way that he looked like he moved so fast is because he know how to break those windows down. They got way more than what they. And did they take that from him and show Pharrell the variations that he had? Because I know Pharrell don't know how to do none of that. So did you just, when you came in your time, go over designs or creative artistic whatever's that was made by Virgil and okay and deny stuff? Because what have you came out with? Because you had the same that whole that check, I don't know what they call that, the demier, the little spots and the little, when Virgil did it, he did it in like this little blurry type of thing with the earth and all that, and he had some kind of logo or something. Like, he did something with it, and then when I seen it again, I seen it when Pharrell did it. So I'm like, that looked like the same designer, but he was doing something and going somewhere else. So he okayed it. He took it over here. He did this with it. He did that with it. Like, I ain't putting it past the LVMH, Bernard. I know all y'all are doing y'all thing, but keep it over there. Like, I don't need to see none of that. Like, y'all, we got American designers. I need to see what's over here. I'll compete with my brothers before I compete with y'all. Like, I'll put a shirt against somebody in Colorado before I put it, I'll be trying to compete with y'all. So
United States.
I mean, I compete with you before I compete with one of them. Like, yo, I'd rather my shirt be going against your shirt than somebody over there. Cause what is he doing over here? Like, when he get his money, he gonna take it over there and he gonna spend it over there. At least if I'm competing against you, if you win, you at least spending your money over here in the States with somebody that, you know, that's going to benefit over here. Like, it goes towards our economy. So if you get rich, something, like, they ain't thinking like that. Like, yo, you gonna get on for another brand that take you over there so you can get them rich when you sell all their products over here. Like, yo, bro, do you think you smart for doing that? Tyler, the creator, and like, I know what Nigo know what he doing. Like, Nigo know what he doing. He's from Japan.
Well, Nigo's not American.
He's not American, and he didn't sold to America. He didn't sold out in America already, and now he has a French brand out and another brand up his anus, and they pardon the expression, pause, super pause, but they all up his yin yang, and he able to sell their brand, and he able to get money from them, and that's French now. Now they got off the American brand, and then there's people that he knows in that French brand.
Yeah, this is worldwide money, but I mean,
I'm not into doing it the way they're doing it. I'll be okay with getting whatever money I'm getting, but I need to get my people on the same page because they ain't doing it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Anyways, all right. Well, I mean, it was good. It was a good episode. Good episode. I think it's a good place to end. Make sure y'all go check us out on our other platforms on Instagram on 1080. 1080 Club, and also check us out on YouTube, and check us out on our website 1080club.life. Dang, I'm trying to think of everything that we have. We got so much stuff, that's why. But yeah, just search us up and you'll find us. Catch us next week on Clock Talk. Say less and so more. Peace.